Well, ladies and gentlemen, it feels like all that anybody has been talking about these past 2 weeks is this little incident that happened at the Oscars. Now, somehow, if you're not aware of what happened, like you don't have TV, you're off social media, you basically live in a van in the desert with your only resource being AM radio. I got you, even though you probably won't see this because of the whole off the grid thing. Now, short answer is a classic playground game ensued on air. And let's just say rock beats scissors, scissors beats paper, and Will Smith smacks Chris Rock apparently. Yeah, I mean that was a crazy night. Everybody at least who talked to me about it thought that it was staged. They thought it was fake. But then Will Smith in the crowd just starts swearing on live TV. Yeah, that's insane. I mean, it's not like the man had a hit sitcom. No pun intended. It's not like he had a hit sitcom for 6 years on a network or anything. Yeah, he should know those standards and practices. Another thing that's weird is who hasn't made a joke about the Smiths. I mean, I'm guilty of it. Even I made a joke about them in 2020. I guess what I'm trying to say is everybody has a bad day. I mean, just look at Will Smith. Last year he was blue. And this year he's trying to figure out what the word entanglement means. Yeah, so apparently COVID shutdown does add 20 pounds to the screen. Perfect. One more thing I want to say before we get started is, you guys remember the movie Shark Tale? It's about a fish who becomes famous because he made up a story about killing a shark. Imagine for a second DreamWorks Pictures presents Smack Tale. Only this time, he's telling the truth. I'd pay good money to see that. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Rob Rodriguez. Now, we all get busier as we get older, and it's human nature to lose interest and neglect our hobbies over time. Like, for instance, I used to collect TV shows and movies on DVD and video. I even binge-watched shows that were both outdated and peculiar at the same time. Like, Rob, are you sure you're the target audience for this show? Yeah, I love Charmed. Do you, though, Rob? Do you? I mean, are you sure it's not just because you think the actress is pretty? Shut up. Actually, yeah, recently I decided I wanted to start binge watching again, and I created a Photoshop presentation of my current binges that I want to share with you right now. So, first up we got Brooklyn Nine-Nine, New Girl, Modern Family. That really weird, Fairly Odd Parents sitcom. Lily from AT&T, and Jeopardy, hosted by that producer who appointed himself as host, and later resigned, Mike Richards. Yeah, looking forward to Double Jeopardy. You know, generosity goes a long way, and it can be seen in many different forms. You know, let's say you're helping somebody reach for something that's high up. Somebody has less items than you in line, so you let them go in front of you. Or giving a homeless person the clothes off your back because you didn't have any cash. Like, sorry, I just have my card on me, but you can have my Yeezys. You know, even I spaced out on that one. I have no idea where that came from. And holding the door open, that's a sign of generosity. Like, all my life, I've always held the door open for people until I knew everybody was inside. And, you know, it made me feel appreciated and recognized. However, only one time I got a negative response from it. Like, there was this woman, she had to be in her 20s. Not only did she reject my kind gesture of holding the door open, but she told me, she kind of snapped at me and said, "I can hold my own door open, thank you." Yeah. I mean, what can I say except you're welcome? Now, this happened a few years ago, and back then I was confused about the whole situation. But as I look back at it today, I wish I had said, yeah, don't let it hit you on the way out, inventing Anna. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for you. I just love referencing things I haven't seen yet. Now, sometimes when you show patterns of kindness, people start to assume that your only personality trait is saying yes to everything. I mean, they even pitch you to their friends. Like, "Oh, Rob's your guy, you know. I don't even remember the last time he said no. I would say the last time he said no was the last time I ate a vegetable. And you know I don't like vegetables." Well, it's good to know that he ate a vegetable 2 days ago then, huh? Don't make assumptions, people. Okay, because we work clean on the show, I can't say the phrase that everybody uses. But you can't expect someone who shows kindness and does favors to flip over backwards all the time and offer you a ride to the movies with your friends. Like, they're not an Uber, but however, if you plan it out in advance and invite them, sure, they'll give you a lift. Take this for example. There's a movie called Pay It Forward, and it's about a boy who creates a system to do something kind for somebody, and then they do something for someone else, and then a couple of guys that were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. You know, it's a good movie. I suggest you watch it. Well, we've got a lot of show to fill, so that being said, I'm gonna need a minute. So a few months ago on the show, I described a pact that I have with myself that I need to catch up on all the Disney movies, and that I was not going to watch Encanto until I was caught up. Well, with the account of the really catchy soundtrack and all the reviews, all the TikToks, I finally caved and watched the movie. Now, personally, I regret nothing. But then Disney and Pixar released Turning Red. And so far so good. I still haven't broken my pact yet. I really gotta stop making pacts that I can't keep. It's time for that weekly list known as the possibility list. It's kind of like naming the mathletes the minus to society. Alright, this week's list is titled 8 Things to Avoid Doing in Public So People Don't Think You're a Maniac. One of these list items may not surprise you at all. No hesitating with this list whatsoever. Number 8. Quoting true crime dramas out of context. Number 7. Watching TikToks with no headphones. Number 6. Taking out deodorant and applying it under your shirt on dry skin. Number 5. Paying for a cart full of groceries with pennies. Number 4. Blurting out loud, "Caller, you are on the air." Number 3. Eating cold SpaghettiOs with your fingers. Number 2. Doing your mediocre Jigglypuff impression. And number 1, 8 things people do in public. And number 1, 8 things to avoid doing in public so people don't think you're a maniac. Slapping a comedian. Alright, and that is the possibility list for you this week. Well, that is the show for you this week. You know how to follow me on social media. Until next time, sometimes I really gotta think about what I say before I say it out loud. Because I was on the phone and I told somebody that I found that Tom and Jerry is good background noise. Like, apparently I find the sound of chaos soothing or something, I don't know. Anyway, that's my time. See you next time.